Marker.
Please say your full name and give us your title.
Lisa Wayne, attorney at law. Well, I had the privilege of being down in Pueblo in the 80s, and I was a public defender. Pueblo's a small town in southern Colorado. Used to be a steel mill town. The steel mill shut down in the 80s.
Pueblo was founded and built by people that came from all over the world.
We're the home of the Pueblo chili. Everyone that lives there is so proud of this town.
Kelsie's love interest, Donthe Lucas, lives in Pueblo. Sarah Lucas, Donte's mother, is raising all 4 kids on her own in this Colorado town, set on what's called the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains. In the town of Pueblo, a 6'7" star athlete stands out.
I coached Donthe Lucas in youth football. He was a coach's dream. He was a real polite kid, wanted to learn the game of football and just really quiet. Donthe Lucas was super close with his mother, Sarah. On the football field, she was one of the most supportive parents. For Donthe, football wasn't his sport. I'd say he's a better basketball player, which happened later in his career through high school here in Pueblo.
Donthe Lucas was a very well-known basketball player. He was going to be the one who made it out of Pueblo.
I refuse to break, push it all the way, no matter what it takes.
He had dreams of making it big in the NBA.
It was obvious that he wanted to pursue it, but the family spoke more about it than he did. We were told by Donte's mom, Sarah, that he was getting contacted from North Carolina and Kentucky. Their dream was that he was going to make the NBA and make a good life for himself.
When I first met Donthe, he was a freshman here at Central High School. He was 6'7". If you have that kind of size, you know, you can make a lot of things happen.
It just amazed me as a guy in class that was so quiet was just as popular as he was.
He was a really good role model for the young kids in the neighborhood.
His attitude was always good. He was good with his teammates. He just matured into a very good basketball player.
His overall drive as a student from day one, it wasn't up to snuff. As a teacher, I'd try to get him involved with the rest of the class. I talked to him about that several times.
Whether it was his grades or his skill, Donthe didn't get into an NCAA school, but he wanted to continue to play basketball. Donthe gets recruited to Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado. He's playing basketball when he meets Kelsie Schelling, and they begin dating.
Kelsie and another one of our roommates actually went to a basketball game and were scouting out the cute boys on the team, saw Donthe and decided to go up and talk, and that's how she and Donthe met. By the time Kelsie got to know him and really got kind of involved, she felt proud that she knew who he was because he was somebody to know. They spent a lot of their extra free time together.
When did you first meet him?
I never met him. I saw him play basketball a couple times.
Kelsie never really said anything about bringing him home to meet the parents.
He was not committed to her by any means.
Kelsie could have had anybody, but she kind of always took attraction to people that needed help, that she thought she could turn around.
I believe that if Donthe was, failing or had bad grades, that his basketball career at the school would be definitely on pause. I don't honestly think that Donthe really cared to learn. Kelsie would try to help him. He would just seem very disinterested and not really care.
I think she just hoped if she was good enough to him that, he would realize that, she's the one.
I think Kelsie stayed with Donthe because she found someone that gave her attention even if it wasn't the right kind of attention. And I think Donthe was with Kelsie because he got money from Kelsie, borrowed Kelsie's car, basically lived a life that everyone works for but didn't have to do anything for it. Just had to be there.
There were good days in the relationship with Donthe, and then it just went south. He would play with her heart. I could definitely see some bubbliness fading out as he broke her spirit.
Kelsie texts Donthe, "I'm really hurt. The way you talk about me to other people is your true feelings. I guess I'm just a fool. I'm so heartbroken." Days later, Donthe would respond, "My phone's been dead the past few days."
And then afterwards she'd be like, "Oh, well, he's better, he's gonna be better." And then she'd be happy.
Donthe left Northeastern Junior College because he was kind of done with his studies.
After Kelsie leaves Northeastern Junior College, she lands in California, but she doesn't stay there long. Why did she decide to leave?
Mostly it was financial reasons.
Where did she go from there?
That's when she moved back to Colorado. Was living in Denver in her dad's apartment, and she had started working at Floor and Decor.
When did she start going out with Donthe again?
Over the holiday time frame, November, December, he would stay with her, but then he'd go back to Pueblo sometime.
Were you worried that he would come back and what that would do to her?
Absolutely. I saw what it was like before, and I didn't want that to happen to her again. She didn't want that to happen to her again, because she knew the kind of person that she became when she was with him.
And how in the world did they get back together?
I don't know. She missed him, I guess.
Kelsie has a surprise for her family. She's pregnant.
She called me when she found out she was pregnant, and she was stressed, you know, very stressed. I could tell she was scared to tell me. Just told her, I will support you. It's gonna be okay. She was happy.
Did she tell you anything about Donte's reaction?
She said he was mad.
She and Donthe would be texting, and he would stop responding either during arguments that they were having. She would then get upset, wait to hear back from Donthe, and left in limbo, and it was very aggravating for her.
Kelsie texts Donthe, "You were my best friend, the only thing I lived for day after day. What happened to us? It wasn't supposed to be like this."
One time I'd talk to her and she'd say, you know, he's kind of coming around and Donthe will never abandon the baby.
But a child with Kelsie was not in Donte's plans.
Kelsie gets a text from Donthe, and he says that he has something for her. He alludes to a surprise, and he wants her to come to Pueblo.